And we're back with another episode of Let's Play PC Building Simulator. I'm your host, the RPG guy. And, it's been a while since I played. Obviously, I was working on another series to finish out Phantasy Star 2. And it's been a while. So there's obviously something wrong with this machine. Now, before we actually do anything valuable over on the big computer over there, we should start looking at what's wrong with this guy, because it just doesn't turn on. And they suggest that there's actually even something wrong with the PC, with the CPU. So we'll take a look at that after I take a look at the power supply here. I'm hoping it's just the power supply, because if it's just the power supply and the CPU, what's the budget here? It's $200, so CPU would still turn on, I would think. Yep, there it is. Broken Silverstone. So it's a ST85F. So that's $150. Ooh, I have one in inventory. One's broken, but I have one in inventory. Can you do that before today? My kid's been using it and I've been getting some weird pop-ups. Well, let's put it in there, and then he says he thinks it's the CPU is broken. So let's just quickly humor him. An i5-8400 is not $50. That's fine. Yeah, so he totally was off with what was wrong with this guy. But it doesn't mean that there's nothing else wrong. Because we have $50 more than what we thought. But let's do this. Let's go to power supplies. Put in our used guy. Okay, this dude's just full of crap. As far as anything else being wrong hardware wise. Now I wonder if I should use a used one or not and save us some money. But again, you have to remember, we don't really get money back on this for the part. We don't get. Remember, and I'm repeating something you guys already remember me saying before. We don't make money off of shoving used parts in a dude's machine. So it could just be that we need to use a real power supply. But let's go ahead and I want to get this diagnosed and worked on and whatnot while we do some shopping for new parts. So that'll be a thing as well. It'll make sense for what I mean in a minute. I want to get it tested and everything. That's nice, though, that we may have fixed most of what's wrong with this. And we know it was mentioned that the kid had weird pop-ups because of the brat that riddled it with porn. Okay, it's not crashing. We'll let it run and do its thing. But we need to make sure so the part is in there. Sweet. Captain's log star date 1701, 68 and a half. We're doing all that we can to protect the Placidians from the supernova, but the stress of the situation is almost unbearable. The crew is tense and the cracks are beginning to show. Just moments ago, security had to break a brawl in engineering. No serious injuries, but there was severe damage to the computer vital to the force field construction effort. I've seen the damaged computer for repair and doubled the security detail in engineering. We can't afford any more setbacks. Dr. McKelly has been caring for the crew members involved, but he's baffled. It seems the part of their brains that controls emotion, anger, frustration, fury is in overdrive. The Placidians may know more about what's happening here. I must invite them on board and try to get to the bottom of this. So diagnose and fix a computer. We don't know what's really wrong with it. Now, we have 3 PC builds. Hence why I really wanted to wait to order the part because we're going to be ordering a ton of parts anyway. And yeah. So build me a PC worthy of Mordor. Would you be able to build a new computer? Do you think you can get it to run League of Legends at the rec specs? Can you finish it in 8 days? I'm a total MSI fanboy. Don't try to pass off any used parts. I want all new stuff. So we don't... This is a pretty reserved budget, which is good because when they give us those absorbent budgets, it's kind of funny because, you know, it's a lot of money. Now, we're going to have to retest 3D Mark again anyway because we're putting in a new drive, but now we know it's working. We know this is good. We can take this out for now and wait till the new rig gets here, until the new power supply gets here. So let's take this out. All right, let's take a look at League of Legends. Whoops. League. What are you, League? At the rec specs. So 6 gig. He likes MSI. We'll go with the Intel setup because we know it's here. Well, actually, we can go with AMD, but no, we'll go with Intel for 4 gigs of RAM, huh? Nah, we don't need to do that. What's i5 7600? i5 74, 76. So it would be a Ryzen 5 6-core versus the 7600. So 190 versus the 6-core. Versus 260. So yeah, no. We'll go with the 7600. i5 7600. Boom. Is that correct? Yes. And it uses Kaby Lake, so that's good to know too. $10 cooling. So really quick, we've got the processor, we got the cooling. Motherboards. Let's look at Kaby Lake. The best deal here is going to be this guy right here. Boom. Minus 175 at 3800. We could look at the fastest speed. We don't have to commit to it. So we'll do 3866. It'll get dropped down here. And we could just buy this 1 gig of 16 gig. And we'd still have like $1,000 left over. We'll buy one of these for now. And see if we want to add one later. Boom. Graphics card. It needs to be a 1060 or higher. So a 1060 or higher. 6 gig too. So that's not that strong. There it is right there. So we want to go with it RX 570 is what I'm thinking, or even higher. We have the money, so you may as well go much higher if you can. So like here's this guy here. Where's the next big leap? Here's the next big leap. So let's go with the 980 Ti. 980 Ti. I like the sound of that. 980 Ti. 6 gig right there at 430. The golden is of it. We could actually even get the golden theoretically. Whoops, did I close that? So 980 Ti gaming. Where's the golden? Golden right there is a little better. And it's, well, okay, here's the catch though. It's $60 more. What are we at? We're at 1103. Screw it. We'll get the golden. Boom. Minus 495. Now, let me double check before we commit to everything that we're doing here. I'm a total MSI. Don't pass off your parts. Okay, so it's really just that. All right, that's fine. We have 608 left. We'll come back to storage. Power supply. Let's go for something in the 750 range. That's affordable-ish. Around, I think we had one around $100. See, this is how long it's been. There's 110, 750. There's 1100, but it's 180 millimeter. We don't want anything that dramatic. 140, 750 watt right there. Boom. So that's minus 100. Case. We'll take the Deep Cool Matrix for $50, which puts us at 458. Deep Cool, yeah. Storage. We'll get the fastest at $400. Boom. Minus 400. So let's take a look at this rig really quick. Good, 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 good. 16 gig. We're only doing one stick, but that's fine. Good, good, good. Sure. We have $50 too, so if we wanted to buy fans, we could. But I'm not. I don't think we'll need them. All right, so that's one rig sorted out. So now we have a new budget here of 2,000 smackerinos. Can I trust you to build me a decent computer? Have you heard of Rocket League? I wanted to play that. I heard you guys use these parts. Please don't do that. It's urgent. Please hurry. So, no standard, except it just has to be able to play Rocket League. We accept this too. Rocket League doesn't sound like it'll be that big of a deal. Rocket League. Was it minimum or recommend minimum specs? Okay. Minimum specs. So this isn't a very powerful computer, but he's giving us $2,000, so we'll try to keep it as close to what we built just now, because why worry? We have enough RAM, we have enough storage, we have a CPU. I think that's good enough. We'll double check the CPU, and we definitely have the graphics card. So let's look at the processor really quick to ensure that what we are getting is good. 7600 is just better than the Ryzen 5 quad-core X. So yeah, we can actually just build the same computer again, and it would be fine. That's a shitty computer, I'm pretty sure. 470, 4 gig. Yeah, it's pretty low on the thing there. So really, we'll just build the same computer. Even though technically we can do better. Boom. 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 Theoretically, we could put another stick of RAM in there to make it perform better. And I'm still debating if I want to do... Yeah, we'll do that for him. So he's going to have an extra stick of RAM in there. Because he had 2,000 versus... Oh, wait a minute. Those budgets were really close, weren't they? Yeah, no, let's just play it safe. We'll play it safe. That way we don't have to worry about it. Because they were what? Yeah, $250 difference. Now we had $50 left over, so theoretically we could probably safely do that and stay under 2,000. But instead of worrying about it, we don't need to go overboard with this build. Okay, so another $2,000 build. Could you build me a new PC? My mate's PC benchmarks 5283, so I need at least that. Do you think you could do it all by tomorrow? I've seen water coolers on the internet. I want one. I worry about used parts. Intel components are meant to be the bomb. Well, that's great. We're using Intel currently, so we should be fine with a lot of that stuff. The benchmark's going to be tricky. So here's what we'll do. we can kind of go with the same build, but we're going to go cheaper on the hard drive so we can go bigger on the video card. So let's say we do pretty much a similar build. We'll add this guy. So that's minus 190. He wants water cooling, so we're going to need that. We'll come back for that. The motherboard, minus 175. We'll go with the 16 gigs of RAM at this speed. Minus 272. 272. We don't know what video card, but we'll get the... This power supply should be fine for getting it to that number. So minus 100 and minus 50. So what is it that we need? Well, we need water cooling, so we'll get that now. They never put it in that way. So we'll grab the basic one for 60 bucks, I guess. Boom. Minus 60. Which gives us 1,153. We need storage. Well, let's do graphics card. Let's do the graphics card. Now, he wants Intel. He's got Intel. So we can really go pretty hardcore on a video card here. Because we can get a hard drive for 50 bucks. 100 bucks. So maybe we will go with... Let's see, if we go this big, I would actually change what video card we put in there. Because these are 250 watts to 320 watt. So I would put in a 1,000 watt power supply. So in that instance... So let's take one of these big ones. Let's take this guy here, the Gigabyte. Boom. Minus $910. That puts us at $243 for the hard drive. But we're going to make one change with the power supply. We're going to put back in $100 bucks. And let's go to power supplies. Now there's a 1,000 watt power supply. That was, and you see it doesn't even go that high in the search engine, but we know there's a 1,100 right here. But it requires a special size case, though, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, we're at 343 bucks, so we can actually spend a little bit more to get. Let's see how much the big 1,000 watters are. They're probably very expensive, but at this point, we want to make sure that it fits in the unit. Here's a 1050, 170. Ooh, it's a little big. I actually think it would fit, though. Let's add it just to be safe. Boom. Minus 180. That puts us at 163 bucks. But I want to check something here. Maximum 170. Okay, so that would fit. Alright, so that'll fit the case design. Alright. And we need a hard drive. So, storage. With 163 bucks, we'll take the best, the most we can spend on an M2. So that's 100. We got 160, so could probably do a little better. Right there, 160. So we have $3 left to spare. Boom. All right. That is all done. We have everything we need. We want same-day delivery. $5,000 worth of parts. Yeah. All right. So it looks like I think we got everything. If we need to emergency buy something, we can. Let's buy now. Okay. Let's look at our parts. Now we can easily figure out what order we're going to build these guys in. We're going to build from the top of the list back, but let's get this guy started anyway. Because all it needs is his power supply. I don't know why. It's just out of habit. All right. Run. Let's get 2 of these in here. And who is this guy? This is M. Tanton. We will put here. And Hungry Baritone. Which is me when I want In-N-Out Burger. Alright, let's get building. I did not need to take that back piece off. Keep thinking we got the older rigs. The older hard drives. Alright, let's get to it then. Motherboards are all the same. And we know he has a different power supply. Storage will be this. His graphics card will be a beast. All the processors should be the same. Now cooling will be different. We'll see where we can get it. So we have to do it this way. I mean, I could put it on the front, but it's more work to get it over there than it is to just put it there and be done with it. And let's set the RAM speed 3800. Alright, so this guy is done. In case we need to. I think everything else is good. Let's just run it as is and see how it scores, because this has to score a 5283. Look at that, $3 from the mark. So these 2 rigs are pretty much the same deal. There's nothing I don't believe different between them, so we'll just put it in, get it done. Put that in. We don't need to overclock it or anything, so we won't. Oh yeah, he totally meets his requirement. So he's done. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's done. And that's not even the fastest hard drive either. Alright, let's build this guy. Get that dude in there. Good. And then, boom, 3,800. And look at that. Perfect. Yeah, we did have enough to put another stick in there, but rather not risk having to have an extra stick of RAM I don't know what to do with than rather not having that happen than having that happen. All right, so this guy be done. And we'll let that run for a moment. All right. So other than the diagnostics we got to do, and we can't tackle this guy until we get our rating up. But we'll see if we get our rating back up after these 4 rigs are done. Because, yeah. We'll make a save before we do it as well. Just to make sure there's nothing crazy going on. No motherboards. 1 processor. Lots of memory. I don't think we had anything too special in graphics cards. Except maybe these 2 guys working together. But I don't even think they could. Or these 2, RX 580, 4 gig, and 8 gig, but I'm not even worried about that. We've got some storage. It's actually really good storage, too. And we've got a ton of power supply. So, yeah, we can sell that. That's broken. We got case fans to throw in as well. All right. So, yeah. And we have tons of cases, it looks like. Tons of cases. Even tiny ones, too, it looks like. 2 tinies. And a bunch of full-sizers. Or wait, well, actually, one of those had parts in it, so at least we got rid of one of them. And then this guy we need to be able to... We're not at a place where we can put 128 gigs of RAM yet, so... Alright. So we are done here, too. So before we do anything else, let's save game, just because reasons. All right, good. Very good. Very good. You notice I'm constantly checking to see if we can get it back. Hey, AMD Ryzen Threadripper 16-core 1950. Jeez, I'm crow. Alright, and another one down. Nah. Lame. Alright, so there we go. That's 1 day completed. What do we got coming tomorrow? Broken PCs coming in. A video card, and yeah. Alright. Let's make it a brand new day. So this must be the broken one. We'll throw that up. And this one we got to diagnose. Which it's not starting, which is bad. Will you start? Yay. No boot device. Well, then the question becomes, what boot device do you have in it? Because I don't want to put my fancy one in there for something that doesn't have very... It has okay stuff in it, but I'd rather put in something cheap. When it comes to storage, where is the storage device? Is it back here? It must be back here somewhere. Or there just is no storage device. There's got to be a storage device somewhere. I'm just not seeing it. No, I don't think there is one. What was this, like repossessed by the police department? Alright, well, here's what we'll do. We don't want a mechanical. I don't think a mechanical will properly fit. Let's put that back. We'll get a solid state cartridge style, which is just the term I'm going to use for it for now. Alright, let's do this really quick. Yeah, we'll take broken. Yes, we'll take broken. Wow, that's a shitty card. Actually, no. I think the graders aren't that bad, actually. We'll take that, though. Ooh, we'll take that. Ooh. Alright, and we're finished with these guys, which is nice. Totally forgot you were down there. Alright, so we'll collect almost 3,000 bucks. Hopefully we'll soon be able to add a new one in there. So let's get a hard drive. That is the cheapest one of these. $60. Alright, let's take a look here and diagnose this. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I hate this tower. It's a cool, crazy-ass, big-ass tower, but God, do I hate it. So we don't really know why it's not turning on, so we have to systematically just remove what's the easiest, you know, disconnect the easiest stuff to disconnect. Because it's easier to disconnect the power supply than it is the motherboard. Take everything off the motherboard, in my opinion. Okay, power supply is fine. So this is a bad motherboard. Oh, dear God. His budget is 600 bucks, and we still don't know if there's more things wrong with this. So what we might do with this rig, because it's such a fucking bitch to put together, we're going to probably work on this separately from the new jobs. You know, get like the computer we have over there that just needs to drive, and this guy. We'll work on these guys separately, just so I don't have to. I know it'll mark all of his stuff, but it's just easier, I think, in the long haul. It'll be easier to just get everything done with this that needs to be done. Alright, we'll take a look, though, and see what's going on. So that's bad. His drives are good, processor's good, RAM's good. We didn't take the hard drives out. I don't see a reason to. Yeah, we'll leave the hard drives alone. If we need to replace those, we can do that later. That's an easy thing to do. The motherboard is a pain in the ass. But since everything is actually of his is marked, it may not be a big deal. So, since it is marked. But he needs an X399. So that's for sure what we know is wrong. He gave us a $600 budget, but we don't know what's wrong beyond that. So we'll worry about that momentarily. All right. So we've got some new builds. We got to fix, and then new P. Let's put the fix in really quick. So it's a diagnostics. Hey, this is embarrassing, but I need something repaired. It's not immediately obvious what's gone wrong. You'll have to do some digging. My daughter likes to take the RAM out and put it back in. Now it stopped working. Can you get it done in 2 days? I think I clicked on something bad. Have you heard of A-Data? They're meant to be pretty good. Yeah, A-Data's not bad. We don't know how much this is all going to cost. So what we'll do is we'll just accept it, but not buy parts for it. Normally I would predict what we need to replace, but we're getting to a point in the game where we should just wait until these diagnostic stuffs get here, and then order the parts if we get a straight new build, or if there's a time limit attached to it that we need to meet. Alright, I need a new PC. Already ordered my copy of Feudal Fantasy 13. Ugh. Can't wait. I read that A-Data parts are really good. I worry about used parts. Okay, so we got some more builds. Again, things that I'm not too worried about. Now this dude wants it at the rec specs. So 2500 is a pretty healthy budget. But it uses a very powerful processor, the Ryzen 7 core. Let's take a look here. You know, if we scroll down to the Ryzen 7, so 1700 is pretty beastly. But another question is, what can we get in Intel that's better than that? Just as a comparison. So, okay, so there's that, the i7 8700. Now, is it X or is it regular? It's regular, okay. Because I don't want to go bigger than that. So what is the 8700 going to get us? So that's 350 versus 360. But we'd get better RAM speed performance out of this. So he's not asking for too much. So we'll go with the Ryzen build. I think would be better. Not that it is better or anything like that. It's just I don't see a reason not to go with it. Boom. Minus 350. We're not being held to a performance requirement, which is the reason why we're doing it this way. Boom. And so let's go to AM4 slot. We want something that has SLI that's good. That's not just Crossfire exclusive. So we'll go with this guy here. Boom. Minus 165. Because we might go with 2 cards. We'll see. And then he wants A data. So we'll put in that. And he needs 16 gigs of RAM. Yikes. And what was the RAM speed for that motherboard? I've already forgotten. I should have looked at that better. AM4. 3600. Oh yeah, that's right. These rigs don't get the best speed out there compared to the Intels for the motherboards. All right. So you need 16 gig. Let's go right to those 16 gig cards and take a look. So even that's 8 gig. They're all 8 gig. Okay, so they're all 8 gig. So we'll take 4. May as well take 4. Well, we'll take 2 for now. 1, 2. So that's minus 240 for RAM. And that puts us at 1735. We still got tons of money. Let's go to power supply. We'll go with the 750 watt. Even if we dual card, 750 is pretty good. And it'll only cost us $100. Minus 100. Then the case, deep cool matrix, so that's minus 50. So now we're at graphics card. Graphics cards. What is the minimum? Is an RX 570. That's pretty abysmal. And we have $1,585. So let's just say we have $1,200 to spend. So we could go with some guys that are way up on the spectrum here of high performance. And why? Because we can. What is the difference between these two? I do not see a difference between these two. One's a titanium and one is not. The performance is exactly identical. So maybe it can get more wattage. I don't care. Ooh. So if we went with this, that would actually be acceptable if we went with 2 of these guys. They don't pull a lot of wattage. And it's way more than what he needs. So minus 655. Minus 655. That would give us 275 left. So, boom. Boom. A little overkill. But why not? And then that gives us 275 for storage. 275. Let's look for 200 or 250. There's one of those. That one's a lot faster. That's a little bit more memory. We want faster. Oh, we always want speed. Minus 210. $65. Theoretically, we could put in a mechanical. What's the storage that he needs? 40 gig? Yeah, we're not going to do that. All right. So that's one computer shopping done. So let's move on to the next one. I don't think we're gonna get to the builds this episode, guys, but at least let's get the shopping done. Right? Right? Okay. We may not need this again. Need a fix. And we got his A data in the ooh, no we didn't. We got G skill. So let's go back really quick to memory. 3600. We needed A data. A data. Is there even A data in here? Ooh, yes there is. What's the price difference? $10. Okay, so that's fine. Boom, boom. Doesn't hurt what we were trying to do. Because it would be $20, so we'd have $45 instead of $65 left over. So we're still good. There's something wrong with my PC. Can you diagnose what's wrong with it? Oh, there's two fix-its. Oh, there's two builds and two fix-its. A bunch of white smoke came out of the case and it turned off. It seems dusty inside. Have you heard of Corsair? That could be anything. Going to be pretty good. I look forward to hearing from you. Imran. All right. Well, we'll take his rig. And then... discard that. That score is really low. I used to build my own PCs, but I don't have the time anymore. Can you help? It has to get 3563 in benchmarks, okay? Can you do it in 12 days? I've seen AO water coolers on the internet. I want one. And tech components are meant to be the bomb. I heard you guys use parts. No, we don't. All right. Really quick. Excuse me. What is the company called? Antec. There we go. So, this dude wants something in Antec. I don't see why we can't humor this guy. So, his budget is 2,000. So, and he wants liquid cooling. So, we'll do this case, which is minus 85. And we'll get him this $60 cooler. Okay, so we've got a case and we've got that. We could put some fans in there. I think they make fans. No, they really don't. It's just really cases and liquid cooling. Okay, so that's fine. We don't need to do much to get that performance. We can almost build what we had built earlier in the Cabby Lake format. So let's go to those. And find that I think it was an i5 7600 right there. Yeah, we'll build this guy. Minus 190. Got cooling. Motherboard. Go to Cabby Lake. Boom. Minus 175. What's the... Shoot, I always forget to look at speeds when we're at this point. 3800, so memory 3800. Boom. Minus 272. That puts us at 1200. We'll come back to graphics cards. We'll get just the basic M2 storage here. Boom. Minus 100. Power supply, we'll do regular $700 750 watt. Actually, we could do bigger, but let's just stick with 750 for now. Now I'm actually curious. P8. Yeah, we have the room for it. Screw it. Power supply. Boom. We have the case. So we have power supply. We don't have we have storage, memory, motherboard, cooling, and processor. Graphics card. So we have $1,018 to spend in Vidya cards. So we're probably not going to double down. We're not going to do a big doubler here. We're just going to go really big. Since we've got the 1100 water. So we'll go with, this time, a Zotac. Boom. minus 9, 10. We have $108 to burn. We could put in a better storage. So if we technically we'd have 208. So we'll put in this guy. Yeah, 208, not 210. So we'll put in this guy. We'll take out the $100 one. There we go. So that should be good. Everything's there that needs to be there. And whatnot. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll buy it now. Make sure everything else has been accepted. And before we do any of these builds, well, let's take one of these guys and put them up here. And really quick, let's put on this drive. And only to probably find out something else is wrong with it. No RAM. Which means this RAM stick is bad. So there was more wrong with this than we had predicted. Since we have a few, like I could sneak in a couple more minutes. Let's just quickly get this done. Not done, but get it so it's starting to get tested here. 8 gig 2400. Alright, now what else is wrong with it? There we go. Which means we have a broken stick of memory in here. And we can fiddle with that. I think there's a pretty good power supply in here. 750 watt, and the video card isn't super good. And we can't really put in dual cards, so we won't even bother. Alright, so anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackTartStudios for more live gaming action. You can support the channel by even going over there. We've got donation links there that apply to that channel and this channel. I treat both channels rather equally when it comes to the money that, the little tiny bits of money that, the viewership you guys put into the channel. The more I can improve the channel. People are like, when are you going to do the face cam? And I'm like, when I could buy a tripod green screen to put it up, and then I need to make some space for it, and a bunch of other things that might go in. But those are future prospects, things we would like to do on the channel, and also try to maybe get some of the stuff from the Twitch channel over to the YouTube channel. There's a lot being discussed about what we're going to do. We're also talking about doing a podcast, the Chairman of the Board podcast, which will be a lot of fun. So there's a lot of plans in motion. Like anything, it'll take some time to sort it all out and get it all going. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by, and we will see you guys next time.